There's 5 reasons why I love you and none of them rhyme. 9 times 9, 81, Bonnie and Clyde. We got high and sat by the Wellington side. I had one hell of a time, it's rock and roll to like.
Welcome to the Green Tea, Freedom and Truth channel. This is Tristan. It's good to have the Green Tea team back for the Saturday, the 16th of January 2021 edition of the video log. A big thank you and much appreciation for everyone who has liked, shared, commented and subscribed to the channel. I appreciate the Green Tea team. Today we're going to be talking, here I am in beautiful Taupo, New Zealand. It's early morning. Today we're going to be talking about money being used as a control tool, the invisible enemies, and the divide and rule tactics. And we are seeing during this pandemic situation, there has been this push away from physical money. Money is a carrier of germs and the V word. Money is, they are wanting us, places in New Zealand were not taking money at certain levels, some places at certain levels of lockdown. This is part of the terrible reset. The World Economic Forum, Klaus Schwab and his global elites. This is part of the plan to change the monetary system and go away from hard currency that we enjoy at this time. We have a lot of freedom with cash. We can move around, spend money in different shops, have interactions with other people freely as free sovereign beings. When things are fully digitized, there is a lot of control can be had. You can be monitored where you go. You can, you lose a lot of your freedom and autonomy. Your monetary flow can be turned off if the people who are in control of the digital system choose to do that. So giving away, which they want us to do, they want to sell us this terrible plan, giving away our right to the option of digital and hard currency, hard cash, is, in my opinion, a terrible idea. And it is not, this is conspiracy fact. This is part of the terrible reset, the global unelites, the UN New World Order push for global communism. This is part of their control mechanism.
Well, we're in a period of great change and uncertainty where the central bankers are trying to keep the dollar system going and accelerate. So they're trying to lengthen the dollar system and then they're trying to accelerate bringing in the new system. And they have to bring in the new system without anybody quite realizing exactly what it is. So I describe the new system as the end of currencies. So we're not bringing in a new currency, we're essentially bringing in a new transaction system that will be all digital and essentially end currencies as we know them. So what they're trying to do involves essentially all the money on the planet. So it's big, it's complicated, it's messy, and the challenge they have is how do you market a system that if people understood it, nobody would want.
And Catherine Austin Fitz has done a really good documentary, Planet Lockdown. I'll leave a link in the description box below. Financially, she has published papers. She is rock solid and done a lot of study and research into financial events and things that are happening. She is very credible. And they are getting people to sleepwalk and give away their rights and freedoms, give away their autonomy. We can see this, the tracking and tracing, the push towards digital currency. This is a big play and people are awakening. That's why I call it a plandemic, because they're using this invisible health crisis to put forward their plans. And invisible enemies, things that are hard to prove or disprove, things that get people in a fearful state, fear and control, the media, mind control. These are tools. The climate, it's cold here, it's cold and wet, it's colder than normal, but they'll still tell you that climate change is a thing. It can be colder as well as getting hotter. It can rain more as well as being drier. Makes no logical sense.
And of course, the way you do that is with a healthcare crisis.
And why is a healthcare crisis good for that?
Because generally, if a few people want to control the many, the question is how can you herd all the sheep into the slaughterhouse without them realizing and resisting? So the perfect thing is invisible enemies. So we had the war on terrorism, with invisible terrorists, and then now a virus is perfect because it's invisible. You can't prove that it doesn't exist because it's invisible. So invisible enemies are always the preferred one, particularly if they scare people. If you can use fear and introduce significant fear, then people will need government to protect them from the invisible enemy.
Economies are crashing. Anyone who's run a business, balanced the check account, anything of this nature, the governments are restricting people and stopping people working. Then they are not getting any tax revenue from these people. So automatically the income is down. Then they are borrowing trillions upon trillions to borrow their way out of it. Anyone with common sense can see that there is a financial crash coming. There is no way you can borrow, print money, create inflation, and at the same time housing prices are going crazy in most Commonwealth and Western countries, and the value of the dollar is decreasing. The system is being pushed due to this draconian play to get people tranquilized by fear and free money, and then they're paying people to stay off work. Things are going to crash. That's why they're saying that they need the terrible reset, which we have to comply with. That's why they are pushing us, we the people with the power, to sleepwalk into a system which is terrible. And one of the other ploys that they are using and pushing hard is the divide and rule. If you don't support the lockdown measures, you don't care about old people. If you support Trump, you're a racist. There's the division between men and women, left and right, all kinds of religious division, divide and rule. We need to not be concentrating on that. We need to be, calm and peaceful, but stand our ground and look past that and see the big picture, see what they are doing.
Then the second tactic, which is very effective, is divide and conquer. And so in the meantime, if you can use the media plays a very important role. If you can turn men and women against each other and black and white against each other. And one of the reasons you import a lot of immigrants into Europe is turn the general population against the immigrants, and then you need government to be in the middle. And so these are all, whether it's divide and tactic or invisible enemies, these are all ways to institute fear and get people to go along with things. And of course, the invisible virus allows you to do enormous control mechanisms. You can stop people from gathering, you can stop people from organizing, you can stop people from getting together and talking about what's going on, et cetera, et cetera. And if you digitize it with contract tracing, then you can control who's talking to whom. So you can institute extraordinary amounts of surveillance, all in the theory that we're protecting you from the invisible virus. It's very clever. You know, and as you can see, it's working with many people, not everybody, but many people.
It's working with many people, but not all the people. People are waking up, critical, free-thinking, sovereign beings. We can see it. We can stop it. We are partly responsible for it happening. Our inaction, our taking our eyes and deferring to our elected officials. And now was the time for us to peacefully stand up, peacefully make some noise. We're being called to action. We have a bit more time. We can see it. The predator in the Predator movies, the minute they could see the invisible predator, they were able to take it down and protect themselves. We can see it. It's clear to see. It's conspiracy facts. Please like, share and subscribe to the channel. Have courage. Speak your truth. Support each other. Have faith and have fun. Peace out.